Do you ever feel as though it's too late to change? You really wish your life had been different, but I'm old now, or I'm set in my ways, or I made my decisions and I'm just stuck and the boat left and I missed it, and any other kind of rationalization why you just have to surrender and let your life be what it is, even though it's unfulfilling? Well, it's not true. It's never too late to change, and nor is it too late to even create miracles in your life. My name's Sonia Choquette. Thank you for showing up today to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to change and why sometimes it just feels so overwhelming it stops us. How to get around it and get on to the process of change and creating miracles. So if you're new to my channel, thank you for being here, and let's get on with it. Now, the interesting thing about change is that our ego brain, or more specifically, our survival brain, that kind of reptilian, low vibration brain that we have, perceives change as threat. Because back in the dinosaur days, a change meant that maybe there was, a saber-toothed tiger on my tail and I'm going down. But today we have to reframe change. We have to look at change as growth, and positive growth, and not loss. That's a very important thing. So you want to start embracing, one, life is change, and two, for the better. That everything that we change, if we really pay attention to it, is going to bring about a new experience, which in the big picture offers us an opportunity to learn more, to grow more. Even if some of those experiences aren't so fun, aren't so positive, we still walk away with having learned something new. And the human experience is all about being here to learn as much as we can. So if we first start with that change isn't death, change isn't loss, change isn't bad, change isn't a threat, it's just something different, not dangerous, then we can be curious. So what you want to do is reframe it. So I'm curious what changes I can make that will bring about a slightly different experience, slightly better experience. And we want to do things, we want to approach change in bite sizes. We don't appreciate, if we can help it, radical change. Although if our souls are way behind schedule in the things we're here to learn, we could get thrown into change. I know I got thrown into a lot of changes a few years ago when I went through a triple death. My father died, my brother died, my marriage imploded, and my whole life collapsed. So that was a big change. And in the moment, it looked and felt pretty monumentally awful. But now that I'm living on the other side of that, it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. So do also know that in the midst of change, that it may not feel so great, so don't judge too soon. And just say, this too shall pass, whatever it is, because it's true. Then decide, well, where would I like a change? Maybe, and for a lot of people that I talk to, the two areas where people would like a change that I encounter most often are in my relationships and in my work. So the first way to approach change is, before I relate to anyone else or do work for anyone else, I got to make a change in how I relate to me. I have to start connecting to and remembering what I care about, what I love, what makes me happy, what opens my heart, what brings out my curiosity and interest, what excites me. Now that is a change that is really about changing your thinking, changing what you dwell on, changing what you're focusing on. No threat there. It's just an invitation. So I'd say start by writing down every day 10 things you love, 10 things you would love to learn or experiment with, 10 things you enjoy, 10 things you would like to learn or would like to enjoy in the future. because your ego brain, that survival brain, is scanning the borders for every possible danger and problem, and we've got to distract that brain to a higher vibration. So when you start talking about or focusing on or writing down or remembering the things you love, your heart opens. And when your heart opens, your body gets healthier. When your heart opens, you start accessing your sixth sense, your intuition. And so the things that seem so impossible, all of a sudden, you begin to feel, A, that they are possible, and B, you start getting downloads and guidance in how to make them possible. For example, I had a client who worked at a library, and she lost her job because the funding in the city where she lived was cut back, and she only had a part-time job, and she was a woman past retirement age, and she was just distraught. This change happened to me. It's the worst. I don't have enough money to live on in my retirement. I'm too old to get a job. All of this change for her was catastrophic and no solution. So I started telling her, focus on what you love, start remembering what you love. And so very begrudgingly, because misery doesn't just, love company. Misery loves attention. So you start giving misery a lot of attention. It grows and grows. But I got her to agree, and she started writing down that she loved going for walks. She loved going to bookstores. She loved reading to kids. She loved volunteering sometimes at the local school. And she started to get interested in some other ways in which she could bring her gifts to the world. Well, in a very random way, she ended up talking to someone who was bringing a bookmobile to their town and offered her a job. Now, granted, it was only 3 hours twice a week, but it was just enough to take her out of fear and survival, put her back in the flow, and start connecting her with people. Plus, she loved it. So, change is good. We just can't know that necessarily in advance. So, if you reframe that change is positive, even if it's disruptive and even if it's painful, something good's coming here. 2, change bite size by first connecting and changing your relationship to self. And remembering, to remember, that word means to bring back and put back in, to grab something you lost and put it back in. Remember things that you love, things that make you happy, because that's the best way to change your life, is to start changing that relationship and focus internally back to what you love. Now, here's the real stretch. Then start naming the things you love about yourself. I love my smile. I love my laugh. I love my reliability. I love my creativity. I love my artistic eye. I love the fact that I can make a place grounded or beautiful. And don't be obstinate, because we all have things that we love about ourselves that other people certainly have said they love about you. So that's the next thing, because when you start to remember what you love about yourself and remember also what other people love about you, you begin to build the bridge to the world and to others. Because if you want to change your relationships and you want to change your work in a way that doesn't freak you out, and absolutely is never too late, then begin to change the relationship you have with yourself and begin to acknowledge the love that life has for you. Don't reject it, don't deny it, and don't diminish it. Start acknowledging it is gold. It's a real thing. Then the last thing I want to say about change for now, because we have to do it in bite sizes, is try the yes approach. Yes, I want to change. Yes, I'm curious. Don't say it's possible, not possible, because you don't know. But I am curious about what will happen if just today I really focus on what I love about myself and I look for what I love about others and say so. That my channel is where I'm going to change, my frequency, my vibration. I'm going to get out of that negative ego critical vibration that brings everything down. I'm going to level up to this higher vibration of love, what I love about me, what I love about life, what I love to do, what I love about others, and what others love about me. Just for today, because that big change, the most important change you can make, and it's never too late, so change the channel from the five sensory ego, me against you, and I'm in survival, and everybody's a threat, and it's too late, and pretty devoid of imagination, possibility, and fun. And you change the channel to that higher frequency of the heart and the spirit. What I love about me, what I love about life, what I love about others, what I love about my experience, what I would love to experience. Even that subtle focus will pull you in and I promise you, will sweep you into a new beautiful experience and catch you by surprise. This isn't dreary. This isn't obnoxious. And it's never too late. As long as the breath is in your body, you can change channels. And when you change channels, you enter a whole new experience. And when you change into the channel of the heart and the spirit, that experience is beautiful. Way better than your ego could ever imagine. So try that. And if you enjoyed this, be sure you hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed it, I would love for you to subscribe so I can bring more tips and tools to you in the future. Thanks for tuning in.